Okay, guys, so I'm got some green beans from my garden, and Philip's friend, my husband's friend, gave him some beans out of their garden. So we are doing a hot water bath with them. The jars just came out of the dishwasher. They were sterilized. It had the sterilizing, the heat system on it. So we done the heat. I put a teaspoon of kosher salt. I use this one, kosher salt in it. Kosher salt is supposed to keep the liquid clear and not have a cloudiness to it. I put my lids in the water bath, a warm water bath, to loosen up the wax of the seal so it will sit tightly on the jar. This is the water that I use. I dip it, put it in the jars as you seen earlier. My first aid patch, because the water is, the seam come loose out of the thing, out of the handle, so it's leaking water. So my son done a first aid patch on it to keep it from hitting the thing. This is the hot water bath. Once it starts coming to a roaring boil is when I will set the timer for 30 minutes. So let's see the finished product afterwards. So guys, this is what happens occasionally when you do a hot water bath. If you can see the bottom of the jar blowed out. This had been a reusable jar. It's not a brand new jar, but yeah, it blowed the whole bottom out. Ain't that crazy? Good morning, everybody. What a rough 2 days on my day off. So I'm going to be talking with you guys just a little bit and give you an explanation of what I'm doing, but I got to hit the coffee pot. So I'm going to be coming in and out. I have been up since 6 o'clock this morning. I got up at 4 yesterday trying to get all this done. And it has just been a journey of learning different things and finding different things on YouTube on how to preserve and how to can and to make sure you got everything great and ready to go. So as you can see here, I do have cabbage. I have a story about this, and I'm going to talk and tell you the story as I show you what I'm doing. So I got a message from Miss Amanda over at Amanda's Budgets, and she said, I got a challenge for you. And she started, saying, hey, if you want to do this, which will be another video, she said, you can answer these questions. And she gave me a list of questions, and I wrote them down. And I went on. What I'm doing is patting the excess water off of this. This is cabbage that has been blanched, and it's going to go in the freezer for a flash freeze for 12 hours. Yes, I know 12 hours is not a flash freeze, but we'll call it that. But then I'm going to vacuum seal it and use it for fried cabbage in the wintertime. But anyway, she sent me a message with all these questions, and I thought, okay, that sounds like a good video. Get to know a person, or find out why they started budgeting and stuff. So I was going through there, and she sent me another one, and I thought it was part of the quiz, or part of the questions and stuff. And she said, is there anything in your garden that you didn't grow that you wish you did? And I sent her a message back, and I said, yes, cabbage. I've had the worst luck on trying to grow cabbage in my area. I don't know if it's my soil or what, but cabbage just does not want to grow in my garden. So I went on to work, and I get a message at work. It says, hey, you're going to have a delivery soon. And I thought, okay, well, she sent me out some Happy Mail. And she texts back, she said, is this your address? And it showed a picture of my address and where I was located. And I went, yeah. Well, I got to looking, it was DoorDash. And I thought, okay. She sent me a DoorDash, but, it's okay. I said, well, my husband's there. And I said, my kid is still there before he has to come to work. Well, a little bit later, she texts back. She said, it might be a while. Around here, our door dashers only work from like 6 in the evening to 11 at night. I don't know why, but I think a lot of them has day jobs or something. So anyway, a little bit later, my husband texted, and I texted him and I said, did that delivery come in? And he said, I don't know, let me go check. Well, he went on the porch, and Miss Amanda, thank you so much, because this I could have not done without. She had door dashed from my local grocery store 9 heads of cabbage. So this is what I'm doing. I'm putting up cabbage for the winter. And I will tell you, I found this on YouTube. This is from a Norwegian woman. I cannot remember her name right off bat. I can't remember her channel, but I will put it up in the description, or I will tell you in a video. But she was talking about how, to put up cabbage. Either you can do sauerkraut, or you can do frozen cabbage for the winter. So this is what I'm doing now. I'm putting up cabbage for the winter, and hopefully it turns out great. So what you do is you cut the size of the cabbage that you want. I usually do different sizes. You put it in boiling water for 3 minutes. When it starts to roaring boil, you put it, you time it for 3 minutes. After the 3 minutes, you take it out, you put it in the ice bath. I didn't put mine in an ice bath, but I did actually put it under cold water, and it is pretty cool. And I'm still trying to just, fluff this out a little bit, get the excess water off. And you put it on pans with wax paper and put it in the freezer. Well, I done one yesterday just to try it, and boy, was that a disaster. The only flat pan I had was a pizza box. So I lined the pizza box, and I didn't have wax paper, so I lined the pizza box with saran wrap and put it in my deep freezer because it was long enough. Well, when it was time to take it out of the freezer and vacuum seal it, needless to say, there was more cabbage on the floor and in the freezer than there was on the box, so that was a bad idea. So I went to the Family Dollar, found these flat little cookie sheets, and I have them lined with wax paper. And I am just going to take this and just spread it out on the paper. Make sure you kind of like even it out to where it can all get a little bit of space, I should say, for it to be able to freeze and be ready to go in the vacuum seal bags. And I will get, well, the cats will eat that one. I don't know if they can eat cabbage or not, but my cats just decide they want to eat everything. So yesterday we got 10 quarts of green beans. I got 6 quarts of pickles. And before I ran out of jars, I got 2 quarts of sauerkraut. And guys, jars in this area is so hard to find because everybody this year decided they was going to do a garden and can. And my house is a disaster because I've not had time to clean because I've been canning. And when you can and you got different things you want to do, you got stuff everywhere. Now the cat, Lunatic, is up there on the table trying to sniff what is in the bag. And I think she's actually looking. Don't you jump over here. Mama's busy. You just gotta love cats. My preference are turtles because they're not that hard to take care of. Every once in a while, you just have to change your water. You have to feed them. And that's that with turtles. So, what I got these lined out a little bit. So, I'm going to put another piece of wax paper over this side. And I'm going to put this tray right here on this side. And I'm going to take it and put it into the top part of the freezer. And we did just like that. Now, my freezer will probably smell like cabbage, but it's okay. So, last night, in between canning sauerkraut, green beans, and pickles, my son calls and says, "Hey, have you cooked dinner yet?" I said, "No, not yet." I said, "I was thinking about doing homemade biscuits and gravy." And he said, "Man, that sounds good." He said some fried eggs. And I said, "Yeah, I can do some fried eggs too." So guys, I will try to insert the picture of the biscuits that I made, and I was just in awe that they actually turned out like they did, because the recipe I had, well, I got two recipes. I got one that I got from All Things Kimberly, which we really love. It's simple. And then I found another one that was on the back of the biscuit flour that I got that I tried. I didn't have buttermilk, which was fine. I just got milk and put a tablespoon of vinegar in it, stirred it up, and let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then poured it into the flour. Those were the best biscuits, and I'm telling you what, there was only one left out of, I think, 20. So between me and the three boys, or two boys and my husband, which he is a boy too, that's just the way he is. He's a big grown-up kid, and I love him so much because he puts up with all my shenanigans and stuff. But that is just a little quick clip and video of the cabbage, and I will give you another view of everything that I had got canned. And like I said, my son is looking for some more jars for me, so hopefully I can make some more sauerkraut. I do have, I think my cucumbers are done for this year, which is fine, because I mean, I got 6 quarts. That'll probably be enough, and you know, it's life. So guys, I really appreciate everything that you all have done for me. You know, the super chats that I've got, the comments that I got, the likes. I mean, I'm just trying so hard to establish my little homestead and learning how to preserve food, and learning to budget a lot better now. And that's going to be another video that's going to pop up. So with that said, guys, I will talk to you all later, and remember to always wear a smile, because your smile can make somebody